It is July 14th, and on Today in Murder, we go over Janice Ott and Denise Mashand. These victims unfortunately were both abducted on the same day in 1976 by Ted Bundy, one of America's most infamous serial killers. Let's start out by talking about Bundy's early life. Theodore Robert Bundy, known to the world as Ted Bundy, was born on November 24th of 1946. His early life was marked by a series of unsettling and complex family dynamics. Ted was born to Eleanor Cowell, who was just 22 years old at the time. To avoid the stigma of being an unwed mother, Louisa's mother raised Ted as their own child, and he was told that his mother was his sister. This deception had a profound impact on Ted. He grew up believing his grandparents were his parents and his mother was his sister. It wasn't until later in life that he discovered the truth, which reportedly caused him significant emotional distress. Not only this, but Ted's grandfather, Samuel Cowell, was known to be a violent and abusive man. He would often physically abuse his wife and the family pets, creating a hostile and frightening environment for young Ted. Despite this, Ted idolized his grandfather. This added another layer of complexity to his already troubled psyche. When Ted was 4 years old, his mother moved them to Tacoma, Washington, where she married John Culpeper Bundy. Ted took his stepfather's last name, but their relationship was a strained one. Ted never truly bonded with John, and he often felt out of place in his new family. As a child, Ted was described as shy and introverted. He struggled to fit in with his peers and was often bullied at school. Despite these challenges, he was intelligent and showed promise academically. However, beneath this seemingly normal exterior, dark tendencies were beginning to emerge. By the time he was a teenager, Ted showed signs of the sadistic serial killer he would later become. He was known to spy on neighbors and engage in petty theft. These early behaviors were precursors to the horrific crimes he would commit in his adult years. On a sunny Sunday, July 14, 1974, Lake Sammamish State Park in Washington was bustling with activity. Among the crowd were Janice Ott and Denise Mashand, two women who have never met, but whose fates would tragically intertwine that day. Janice was a 23-year-old probation caseworker in the King County Juvenile Court. She was described as friendly, compassionate, and dedicated to her work. On that fateful day, Janice decided to spend some time at the park, enjoying the summer weather. She left a note for her roommate saying that she would be back by 4:30 p.m. Denise was just 19 years old. She was a student at Seattle's Highline Community College. She was spending the day at the park with her boyfriend and friends. Denise was known for her bright personality and her dreams of becoming a computer programmer. Ted Bundy, using his infamous ruse of pretending to have an injured arm, approached Janice first. He asked for her help unloading a sailboat from his car. Janice, always willing to help, agreed and left with Bundy, never to return. Just a few hours later, Bundy used the same tactic to lure Denise. She had gone to the restroom and was on her way back to her friends when Bundy approached her. Like Janice, Denise was never seen alive again. The disappearances of Janice and Denise sent shockwaves through the community. It wasn't until 8 weeks later that their skeletal remains were discovered in a wooded area near Issaquah, Washington. The discovery confirmed the worst fears of their family and friends. The abductions of Janice and Denise were pivotal in the investigation into Ted Bundy's crimes. Witnesses at the park that day provided crucial descriptions of Bundy and his vehicle, which eventually helped law enforcement piece together the puzzle of his horrific spree. Fast forward in time to the night of August 16, 1975 in Granger, Utah. Ted Bundy, who had been terrorizing multiple states with his brutal crimes, was about to make a crucial mistake that would lead to his first arrest. At around 2:30 a.m., Highway Patrol Officer Bob Hayward noticed a suspicious vehicle driving through his neighborhood. This car was a Volkswagen Beetle, driving without its headlights on. When Officer Hayward attempted to pull the car over, the driver tried to flee. A brief chase ensued, but Bundy was quickly apprehended. Upon searching his vehicle, Officer Hayward found a chilling array of items: handcuffs, a ski mask, rope, an ice pick, and a crowbar. These items, combined with Bundy's attempt to evade the police, raised immediate suspicions. Bundy was arrested on suspicion of burglary, but it wasn't long before investigators began to connect the dots. The items found in his car matched descriptions given by Carol Durange, a woman who had narrowly escaped an attempted kidnapping by Bundy just months earlier. The handcuffs found in Bundy's car were the same make as those used in Durange's attack. This arrest marked the beginning of the end for Bundy's reign of terror. He was charged with attempted kidnapping and later linked to a series of murders across several states. The evidence found in his car that night was crucial in building the case against him. The arrest of Ted Bundy on that August night was a pivotal moment in criminal history. It highlighted the importance of vigilant police work and the relentless pursuit of justice. Officer Bob Hayward's routine patrol turned out to be anything but routine, leading to the capture of one of the most dangerous criminals of the 20th century. Let's use this moment to remember the names of his victims of July 14th, Janice Ott and Denise Naslund. May they rest in peace. It is July 14th, and on Today in Murder, that was the tragic murder of Janice Ott and Denise Naslund.